Hi everyone. Today I am here. I want to do just a little chatty video with you guys. I'm a bit in a weird position and, you can kind of see the lava lamp. I'm in a weird place at the moment and I'm just kind of a bit sad, very hurt, and just ultimately really confused. To sound dramatic, I recently found out that, essentially one of my friends has betrayed me, and a good friend at that. Not just like some acquaintance that I kind of knew, like someone who I considered like a best friend who is in my inner circle. You don't actually know them very well, have not really showed them that much on the internet. They're not like an internet-y like person, so it's not Callum or Sarah Gary or anything. We're gonna call him Chris. I recently saw that Chris was hanging out with my old housemate. Now, just saying that sentence, it might not, it doesn't really ring alarm bells to anyone or ever. Now, I don't want to go over the entire story when it comes to me and this housemate, but essentially this person really, really effed me over a while ago, was really horrible to me, really, really nasty, and then did more as time went on, came to some of my meetups that I had at YouTube events, and was making them awkward and making my job really difficult as well when I'm trying to do my job. And then recently I discovered that my old housemate was in communication with my stalker. Now, if you've heard my stalker story, I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but basically I had a fan who got way too comfortable and just essentially went crazy. Said they were going to come to my house, said they were trying to dox me, said they were going to smash my face in, was tweeting up my location saying they were going to take a road trip to where I live, and using stabbing gifs and things of people being stabbed, essentially threatening my life. I had to get the police involved. It was very scary. I now have a legal restraining order against this person, and I found out that my old housemate had been in communication with this person, telling them information about me, lying about me to them, saying that I chose them to be my next victim because that's what I do. I use and abuse people, even though that this person has threatened my life, said they were going to come to my house. And, it wasn't like it was someone who just liked me. I had to get a legal restraining order against this person because they were trying to destroy my life. And they were happily communicating, feeding them information. So you can see that my old housemate is a horrible person. Chris, who's supposed to be one of my close friends, again, they're very close friends, posted photos of them together going out on Halloween. It really hurt. I did message them and was like, what are you doing? How can you do this to me? After everything, you're supposed to be one of my closest friends. What are you doing? And they just ignored me randomly. We had only been talking a couple of days before about some trousers I bought. It wasn't like me and him haven't talked. We talk all the time. We have FaceTime. So I see him a lot. I've been a really good friend to Chris. I've paid for him to come to London many times before he could afford to do anything. He didn't have a job, and I was like, I really want to see you. I'll pay for you to come to London. I did all I could to be a really good friend to this person. We spent so much time together. To see him hanging out with someone that did so much hurt and horrible stuff to me, and again, for all the recent stuff with communicating with my the stalker, it's put me in a really weird headspace, and I don't truly know how to kind of process this. But the thing is, I'm really confused as well, because Chris as well, up until I saw this photo, has done nothing but slate and bitch and say things about my old housemate. He disliked him for his own reasons and would slag him off all the time. Everyone bitches about everyone. People bitch. That's what people do. If you say you don't bitch about anyone at all, you're just lying. People bitch about people. That's what happens, especially if you don't like them. People just bitch. He would constantly slag off my old housemate. To suddenly see them together as if they were busy mates going out together on Halloween, it's just has everything you told me been a lie? Has my entire friendship with you just been a fabrication? Has it not been real? Because you know what the things that he did to me. You were there for so much of it because you've been my friend for so long. You know that he was communicating with my stalker, giving her, lying about me to her. You know all this stuff. You're happily now hanging out with someone who is happy to see my world destroyed. Me and my old housemate didn't just have a squabble and fall out. No, this person has happily aided someone who threatened my life, and now you're just hanging out with him. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was... And the fact that he just ignored my message and hasn't reached out, and he's blocked and everything now. I was like, fine, like, this truly shows me who you are. Like, no matter, the thing is, nothing he could say to me now is going to make me forgive him or even make me trust him again. Like, how can you trust someone who can just suddenly hang out with someone who not only did that to you, but also someone that you have done nothing but slag off for years? I'm like, have you secretly been in communication with him this whole time, and this was all a facade to get information for him about me? One of the reasons why me and my old housemate originally like fell out was because he was incredibly jealous of mine and my other housemate Callum, who you know. He was very jealous of mine and Callum's success. He became very vindictive and evil against us, and very egotistical, very bitter, and it created a rift between us, even though he wants to say that it was us who did it to him. No, it was because of his terrible attitude. And it also made Callum feel really uncomfortable as well, the fact that someone has been in our house, but also clearly still communicating with the ex-housemate who's done all this stuff and who also would love so much information about us because he's so vindictive. The fact that after all these years, it was 2017 that me and my ex-housemate fell out. The fact that after all these years, he's still going out of his way to talk to people like my stalker, like talk to people to slate me and to slag me off. I've not said a single thing about him on the internet until I found this information out that he had been talking about me to my stalker. I hadn't said anything about him on the internet. I completely blanked him. I didn't say anything because I was like, it's done. It's not online. So as soon as I found that out, of course, I said some stuff on the internet on my Housemates from Hell video that we made, 6 months ago? And I'd kept quiet this whole time. So like 4+ years, I hadn't said a single thing. The fact that after all these years, he was still so bitter and jealous of me and Callum that he was happy to talk to that person, like, just shows the level of like patheticness about him. So the fact that my friend Chris is then hanging out with him, I'm so confused, and I just don't know how to process my emotion. And it's been a few days and I'm still just like really confused. And like, the thing is, it's not only that it's hurt me, it's also hurt Luxaria. Luxaria also had her own issues with my old housemate because they were in like, it's a long story. I'm not going to like say about the whole thing, but like, they've had their own issues with other people involved as well. And Luxaria is also upset by this because she also feels the same level of betrayal that I feel. And of course, Callum as well also feels hurt by this because it all involves us all. And like, nothing he says now will make me feel better. Like, it's done. He's lost 3 friends now, so I hope his choice is good. But he's lost 3 friends who truly cared about him because we can no longer trust you. It feels like you've spat on our face because we've told you things that I would never tell people. All of 3 of us have told you information that we would never tell people. Like, you were someone who was in our inner circle, and you turned out to be a lie. Like, and it feels so violent. Like, I feel so violated, and I'm really sad. I'm really hurt, but I'm just really confused. So I just kind of wanted to chat and just like, have you ever been in a situation like this? It feels like I've broken up with someone. It feels like I've had a boyfriend or something and I've broken up with like this. It's that kind of same, obviously not as bad as breaking up with someone like a boyfriend, but like, it's the same kind of feeling where it's something's kind of over, and then you're confused because it feels like it's been a lie, but then also you miss the person, but also you're really angry with them. But you know that nothing, like, but it's because I know nothing he says is going to, I'm never going to be able to trust him again. Because the fact that he's been slagging off this person this whole time, but now being friendly with them as if like nothing's happened. I'm like, have you also been slagging us off to other people? So no, if you ever to talk to me about anyone else, I wouldn't believe what you're saying because I'm like, you also talking to this person as well? Like, is everything been calculated this whole time? Has this been a game to you? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to process this. I don't even know what this video is. I just kind of wanted to chat and just see if you guys have any information or like, not information, but like help to how you deal with this. Like, have you been through anything like this? It's just such a weird thing to go through, and I don't know how to process it. It's weird when you lose a friend. It's weird when a friend, because like, you could be like, oh, you know, you could forgive him and stuff, but I can't. Like, I just can't. It's too far. When you happily communicate and hang out with someone who wanted my life destroyed, like, it's not like we just fell out over some like squabble. Like, this person wanted to ruin my life. Like, I can't just be friends with you now. Like, anyone who's friends with this person or interacts with this person, that you know, you've made yourself a red flag and a danger to me, so I can't be friends with you. I will never trust anything you say again. When someone's been in your life for this long and you've had an idea of who they are and suddenly something changes and you suddenly see something completely different that goes against everything you've known for years, like literal, I'm not talking about a few months, like years. I've known this person since 2016. I've known Chris. Me and Chris became friends in 2016. That's a long time to suddenly have an idea of someone and then all of a sudden your opinion just changes instantly because you see, like, it really fucks with your head. So it's not something I can just kind of look past. And you could say, you know, plays devil advocate. Oh, maybe it was a situation where he happened to be in the same location together. It wasn't. And if that was the case, why would you post photos with you and that person just by yourself having a wonderful time together? Like, you wouldn't do that. Doing this job, I've been in many locations where I've been with people I do not like. Unfortunately, it just happens in the world, and especially in the creative world. But I wouldn't go and take photos with them and post them on the internet with just me and that person having fun. Like, that. Why would you do that? And then you could even go even further and say, well, selfishly, maybe he was trying to get something out of him, or he was trying to, you know, gain followers or something. But again, my old housemate is not an internet person. He doesn't have a following. Like, he doesn't, you know, he's not, you know, you're not going to gain anything from doing, you're not going to gain loads of followers from taking photos of him. So even from like a selfish point of view, it still doesn't make sense. I feel like I've been spat on. It feels like someone spat on me and just kicked me, like, and just I just feel a bit discombobulated by the whole thing. And I just wanted to come on and have a little chat and just like ask for your advice, really. Like, what have you been in situations like this? Like, what, when someone like you thought was your friend this whole time suddenly shows something, you're like, what? And you suddenly see the real truth. Like, it just, like almost 7 years of like friendship just kind of gone because you've decided to like hang out. Like, I just don't understand. Who the hell knows what he's been saying about us to him this whole time? Because clearly they've been, you don't just one day hate someone and one day hang out with them and go fucking clubbing with them and take photos and having a wonderful time and post them all over your social media. Like, that doesn't just happen. It's just weird. I don't know how to process this. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, but yeah, let me know what you think.